Hi,
Hi,
Chris.
how
Hi.
are you?
Hi. I'm very happy to talk to you in English for the first time ever.
I'm excited too. Woohoo!
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit nervous
Nervous? Why are you nervous?
because you are such a good Portuguese speaker.
Because I've had you as a teacher for years.
Oh, you're so lovely. Thank you. I think that is the lesson number 6, but is the one that I'm nervous the most.
I'm the most nervous?
Yes, but I'll be. I'm happy to talk to you.
It's so different to speak English with you.
It is. Yes, it is. Yeah.
But
So,
it's nice because I still feel like I'm just catching up with my friend.
yes, exactly. Yes, thank you for helping me with this project. I'm so very grateful.
Well, thank you for thinking of me.
Oh, of course. How could I not? And the topic that I chose for us to talk, I think it is sort of important for both of us.
Okay.
Maybe for me a little bit, I don't know, maybe a bit more.
Okay.
So yeah, I would like to talk to you about self-image.
Okay.
Yes. So I watched a video and I read some texts and some books and yeah, and so it is it is how can I say? I guess I'll start with a question. So, do you think it's possible to change our self-image?
I think it is possible. Yes.
Yes. It is difficult. Would you say it is difficult? It would require work.
I definitely think it's very difficult and requires a lot of work. Yes.
Yes. Yes. So I've been thinking, so I was watching this video and the guy in the video mentioned a book called Psycho-cybernetics. It is the name.
Psycho-cybernetics.
Yes, Psycho-cybernetics. It was a book written by a surgeon, and the surgeon was, can I say he was performing
Yeah.
plastic surgery?
Yes. He was
So,
performing plastic surgery.
yes, exactly. So he was performing plastic surgery, and people, well, I think people in general, there are things about themselves that they would change. I guess that like I've been working with people for a long time, and people they're always telling about some details about their physical appearance, also about the personalities that they would like to change.
Yeah.
So it was very interesting for me to find out that when this surgeon performed a lot of plastic surgeries, the majority of people they would still be unsatisfied with the results. They would look at themselves in the mirror and they would think that they would they looked the same.
That they still looked the same.
Yes, because they had that self-image so, how can I say, ingrained.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so they would accuse the doctor of being a charlatan, that they, they the doctor didn't do a good job.
Hmm.
Yeah, so yeah.
I think that's really interesting. And
Hmm.
I think that maybe people who have that problem, have that issue after having plastic surgery, I would think that it's probably because they had unrealistic expectations before the surgery. Maybe unrealistic expectations about how they would look after. Maybe they thought it would be a miracle cure, right?
Yes, but do you think that this miracle cure would be about their looks or about like everything else?
I think it starts mentally.
Yeah.
No, it's about how, but I think that it can be influenced by what you see in the mirror, you know? If you're unhappy with what you see in the mirror and you try to make changes, then it has an effect mentally that it might make you feel better. But it kind of depends on your expectations too, I think. I don't know.
It is interesting. Maybe their expectations were realistic.
Maybe.
Say, yeah. So they would accuse this doctor of not fixing them,
Yeah.
fixing like they needed like they needed fix,
It needed to be fixed.
like they needed they.
or like they needed fixing.
Thank you. Or like they needed fixing, but I don't know. There are a lot of things that I would change about myself, but I wouldn't. At the same time, I wouldn't put myself in a can I say in a surgery table in a table.
Right.
Yeah.
On the operating table.
On the operating table, I'm not very tolerant to pain. I wouldn't, even though it might not hurt, maybe, but I wouldn't. And also because I truly believe that every aspect of my body or my personality that I would change, like you said, it is in the mind. Yeah, I read something really interesting the other day. Like, it was a book. I don't remember the author, but it was a Portuguese author, and he said that we wouldn't go into the in the wild or forest and say that zebra or the giraffe is ugly. There are no such thing as an ugly animal. We wouldn't say that an animal is ugly. Like, an animal it's perfect in and on itself. And why do we do that with people? Like, why do we look at people when we think that there's something missing in a person? Like, a person, there are no such thing as an ugly person. But, well, objectively, of course, that everyone has its preference, has their preferences.
Perfect.
Yeah, has their preferences, but it's not like the truth. Like, you look at or when I look at myself and I think that I should change, but why? I mean, it is for me because I might be good the way I am, right?
Right.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. It's just it's hard, right? Because I think that it begins, mentally, right?
Yeah.
So if you have a really, really difficult time with the way that you look, and personally, I think that if a person does want to have plastic surgery, and it's not, something dangerous or too much, but in the end, it makes them feel 10% happier. I'm a supporter. I think it's good, right?
Of course.
But of course, there's a difference. There's the people who have realistic expectations, and the people who have unrealistic expectations, who then go overboard. They go crazy with it, and they get like 50 plastic surgeries, and it's then it's a mental problem where they don't have self-esteem, and they have a poor self-image. Right.
Yes, and they will remain the same. They will be like before. Yes.
Always unhappy.
Yeah.
It makes me think of the I think it's a Brazilian man, that his nickname is the Brazilian Ken.
I don't know him. Tell me.
In American media, he's usually referred to as the Brazilian Ken doll. He's a man who has had many, 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 many plastic surgeries to change his appearance to look like a Ken doll.
Oh, wow.
But at the this point, he's gone like so beyond what is normal, and I think he's one of those people who will never be satisfied, will never be happy with how they look.
Wow. Oh,
So I think we can change our self-image, but I think it starts with mentally, how our mental health, and also about expectations.
yes, exactly. Yes. And maybe people, we usually think that our identity or sense of identity is like fixed, but it could be malleable.
Yeah,
It could
definitely.
it could be like, I think that, for example, when are born, we are children. We are born with zero thoughts, like or conditioning. Like it is the culture and our, like when we are growing up, our parents,
Right.
society, culture, the culture, everything, the belief systems that it's running wherever you are. Does that make sense? So
That are prevalent,
they're
belief systems
prevalent.
that are prevalent.
They're prevalent. Thank you. And so you absorb all that,
Yeah.
and the experiences that you have, and where you go to school, the friends that you have, the traumas. But we are like an empty container when we are born, so everything will be stuffed. Can I say that?
Mm-hmm.
Stuffed,
Yeah, stuffed or absorbed.
absorbed. So we could reprogram that. Maybe we could. So, for example, for me personally, I grew up in a very uh, negative or
Pessimistic.
pessimistic environment with my family. So everything that I absorbed was negativity. So now I could like exploit being exposed to like good values. Could I say that? Like, um, so
Like take advantage of it.
yes. Take advantage. Take advantage, because actually, when you are a child, you have no filter, so you absorb everything. When
Mm-hmm.
maybe when you're a teenager as well, you don't know the things that you should cut and say no. I'm not.
Right. You don't
But
have like that understanding yet.
yes, but when you're an adult, you know. So there is no point no point on,
No point in
no point in observe too many
absorbing.
absorbing, thank you, absorbing negativity,
Absorbing. Bing.
absorbing, observing, so
Absorbing.
observing,
Absorbing. Sorry. Absorbing. That's like a
observing.
sponge. A sponge absorbs the water, takes in.
See, could I say suck?
Yeah, to suck in, but
Sucking.
that kind of, it doesn't really have as good of a connotation.
Okay,
So it sounds better to say absorb.
absorb,
Absorb.
absorb. Thank you,
Perfect.
Chris. So what could we do? Like we could uh, let go of this idea that our personalities or identity is something fixed. We could let this go and think that we could, uh, how can I say, expose ourselves to new ideas and new concepts. I don't know, books, seminars, and being around good people, positive
Yeah.
people, surround ourselves with that kind of energy. And then I think that we would absorb, with time, we could create like a new type of identity. And probably, because I think that, for example, there was this day that I was on Instagram, and I was in a page. I don't know, it was late at night. I don't know what I was doing there. But then I saw a video, I don't know how he appeared, a video of a doctor that was performing rhinoplastic. How do you say that?
Yes, I see those come up all the time on Instagram. Rhinoplasty.
Rhinoplasty. And then I was curious because it was not in my world reality that people were doing that. For me, it was never like, it never occurred to me that there was something that many people were doing that kind of surgery. And then I went to his page, to his profile, and then he had a lot of followers, millions of followers. And he would post a picture like the before and after picture.
The before and afters.
Before and afters. And then I was like, the women, I think they were gorgeous after, not before. No, yeah, before. They looked so much better before.
Interesting.
And then I was like, and then all the comments, women that were curious about the rhinoplasty, like, will I be able to breathe? Will I be able to go to the beach? Will I be able to work?
Really?
They were like curious about the recovery. And I was like, wow, but so you see, I think that if you are surrounded like with this type of people, not that they're wrong,
that influence, that
influence,
because it does influence your self-image. It makes you think, oh, there's a problem, something needs to change, it's not perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because like you said, if it is something that will have a positive impact, maybe someone really doesn't like their nose, his or her nose, and they need it in order to be in peace with themselves, so it's okay. But the pictures, those women, they seemed beautiful to me, and the amount of comments and people intending to do that surgery, I was like, but are they doing it because everyone else is doing it? And I think that if you surrender yourself with this kind of influence, you will think that something is wrong. Maybe you didn't realize before, but now that all your friends are there having rhinoplasticity, rhinoplastic, it will be weird for you not to. You will want to.
It makes me think of fillers. You know what fillers are? I think in Portuguese it's like preenchimento.
Okay.
I think in Brazil it's also quite common now, but in the United States it's extremely common now. It's very normal for people now to go and get fillers in their face. And it creates like higher cheekbones. It can also create, a more prominent chin, and they can do it in a way that creates more symmetry in your face, right? And I mean, I see all these people doing it that I never ever thought there was any imperfection, right? And it's becoming now where I read this article that now women are starting to all look the same. Their facial features are all starting to be similar, like people who are famous and people who are wealthy, who have, the ability to go and get these procedures done, because they're all getting the same procedures and they're all trying to get the perfect symmetrical face, that now their features are all becoming very similar. It makes me think of that, right? It's like you get influenced. You're around people who are all getting fillers and getting this done and getting that done. You think, oh, I need that too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You'd be strange. And what message would you be passing to those people if you are one of them, but at the same time you look different? I think, it's not.
It's like a weird it's a difficult question to grapple with.
To grapple with?
To grapple is, I think it's actually a jujitsu term. To grapple, it's like when you're on the floor and you're trying to fight the other person off.
Oh, okay.
it means like to grapple with something is to have difficulty with it. If you are really grappling with a question or grappling with a problem, it's like sometimes gives you like emotional difficulty because it's very, very hard.
Okay, to grapple with it. You know, maybe also I think we are uh, we we don't like to how do you say? I forgot the Portuguese word. So for example, I'll give you one example. I come from a very small city in Brazil, in the north of Minas, and usually what we do in small cities, I guess in mine at least, we gossip because we don't
Oh
have.
yes.
Yeah,
Oh
I think
yes.
it's a worldwide thing. In
Small
small
town thing.
is yeah, it is a small town thing, and can I say we do it for the sake of doing it? It's just
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
just do it. But I am not a gossiper. Gossiper? I do not gossip. But whenever I'm there with my family or my friends, I ended up gossiping. It's not mean, but since everyone is gossiping, it would be weird for you not to, because we want to fit in. I think
Mm-hmm.
our minds, I mean, we want to survive, and we have this survival mind where if we are in a group, we won't, we will try to follow like the norms, the normativity of that group. So we will be accepted. We wouldn't
Right.
want to, I wouldn't say to my friends there, oh, come on, let's talk about something more like interesting, something more cultural, to talk about the, I don't know, the car that that person bought. Or what if that person slapped that other person? That, I mean,
Right. Right.
what's the point? But I do not do that. I'll be like, oh, really? Oh, you know, because, and maybe with the plastic surgery will be the same. We would do
Yeah.
it and we would think that something's wrong with our bodies because they are, everyone has the same, or are trying, everyone is trying to fit the same pattern. So
Yeah.
we should try to, so we would be accepted and we would survive, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's like I think there's so many layers to it.
Hmm. Hmm.
I think a lot of it's about like if I think it's all about like happiness, you know? If you feel that in order to be happy, you need to make that change, it's I don't know, some for some people it does make them happier, but for other people
Hmm.
it, they'll never be happy. You know,
Yeah.
it's something that needs to be helped with therapy and counseling, I think,
Yeah.
right? I don't know. I don't you know it's the hard like I said it's like a hard thought to grapple with, a hard problem to grapple with.
Hmm. Yes, yes. But yeah, maybe what it, therapy, like you said, some
Hmm.
introspection. We should try to uh, go deep inwards, in
Hmm.
ours. See, yes,
Inwards.
inwards, and try to figure out what is the source of this insatisfaction.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I actually saw there was I think I read about this. There's a plastic surgeon who requires his patients to go do a few sessions with a therapist before he will agree to do surgery.
Wow, wow, that's wonderful. Wow. Yeah, I think that would be the approach. Yeah. With the bariatric surgery, that's what it necessary.
Oh,
I,
really?
yeah, I have two friends who went through that procedures, and their doctors required some months of therapy because I think the recovering and their lives would
Yeah,
be forever like impacted with that surgery. So they
absolutely.
they had it is a good requirement for doctors, for surgeons to.
Like it's like a shock almost because
Yeah.
your life will change so much.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Oh, Chris, I'm so happy that we had this conversation.
Me
Thank
too.
you.
Your English is incredible.
Oh.
Incredible. I literally only wrote like 4 things down.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for making notes, and thank you for once again participating in this project. And I will definitely book other sessions with you.
Perfect. Oh, I loved speaking with you.
Oh, thank you, Chris. So have a wonderful day, and
You
we'll speak soon.
too. Okay, see you later.
Bye bye, Chris.
Bye.
Ciao.